A little video of the salad. Is it good?
Okay.
It's so good. Perfect little Sunday salad to bring our mood up with this rainy gray day in Paris. Yeah, I'm excited to try the capsule, even though I've had the pill. Hurry up, I'm impatient.
Centennial was just the best. Right, donations.
So good. So good.
Yay!
Cheers!
Sunday.
Dante! I feel like I'm a director. God,
We need this.
Okay, actually, this is better.
Is it?
Yeah.
How do I look? I can't tell.
You look great. Okay. So, mother, how do you feel about having a daughter that posts online? I don't know. It's just that's not even one of my questions. No.
About a daughter that posts her life online?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it because
You actually love
I do.
Okay.
Because I feel like you're creating kind of a time capsule.
Oh, yeah.
And if I miss you, I can go to your YouTube channel and watch you, which
Over and over and over.
I do. Yeah, it's a continuous loop. So I like it. And I like it that you're exploring your creativity in this format as well. So I think it's a really cool thing to do.
I think if you were my age, or if you grew up with YouTube, would you have been interested in something like this as well? Like sharing your life online, creating videos. I don't know if you're really into videography.
Did you forget I grew up in an advertising family? And there's a lot of stuff that got captured, even though my parents didn't have a camera. My Uncle Ray did. And Grammy was a theater major and radio personality. So
Okay.
When
you said that last night?
I am just kind of a little bit of a thespian myself. So if this technology would have been available, I would have really definitely grabbed onto it.
Yeah. So obviously YouTube is a way for me to express myself. What were some of the ways that you practiced creativity when you were younger?
Oh, well, I can give you a great example. Of course, I was a child that didn't like naps, so my mom had to come up with very creative ideas herself to kind of channel my energy and creativity. And she would tell me to decorate her whole wall with pictures. And it was a
Like
big...
magazine cutouts?
No.
Oh.
I drew them.
Oh.
Like, it was my job to have that wall done before my dad got home from work. Sometimes do storylines, and they would just line her whole bedroom wall. And my job was to cover the wall before my dad comes home.
That just reminds me of like when we were talking about, so my mom and I earlier, we were talking about creativity, or not creativity, we were talking about productivity. And with productivity, it's like, okay, you can't do this until you finish this. And maybe that's where it stemmed from. Like, you have to do the entire room.
I know. Must do the entire room. I gave my mom a break from me asking questions.
That's actually a really nice way
following
to...
her around. She was very creative that way. Like, she could redirect me. And,
Yeah.
and the other thing, too, is I loved creating costumes. Oh, my God. One of her favorite characters I would develop was the secretary. This was when I was older, and I would just push up my hair and put it in a bun. And then I would stick office utensils, like literally pens and pencils.
Scissors?
And I had a little scissors, not a sharp one.
Yeah.
And I had paper, and I'd have that stuck somewhere. I would just make this whole hairstyle, this secretary persona, that I was the secretary that you always wanted because I had everything at hand.
As a matter of fact, I think it is something that if you see your parents doing that, and if you see your parents being creative, I think you realize the value of that as a kid. And then as an adult, I really do feel like, because I think sometimes creativity can be overlooked as a skill that needs to be taken care of or trained. And I guess it's not really even training, it's practice. I always associate creativity with practice because it really is just showing up and practicing. And it may not be convenient. Actually, creativity, I feel like, is never really convenient to get into. And what are some of your goals for this year? Writing is a big goal of yours.
Yeah, and I can kind of speak to that.
Yeah, well, with writing, because
you cannot have the, like, I think people get stuck because they think they have to have the perfect start.
Yes. Okay. So we had to take a brief pause because the camera died. I feel like we have talked about this a lot. And it's self-care as a woman in her 60s. And what does that look like to you?
Wow. Good question. Wow. I have given this a lot of thought, especially after retiring, because now I have more space.
Yeah.
I'm not in the daily busyness.
Space as in time.
Space as in time.
Yeah.
Like, and mental space.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like,
that's
I
a good
don't
point.
have the overlay of all the details of my business. So I can kind of like really now say, okay, it's time for self-care. And like, what does that look like? And oh man, just what bubbled up was self-love. Oh, you forget how to do that when you're so busy in life. And as a woman who ages, it's like your body changes. Learning how to love yourself in the stage that you're at.
Yeah, I love that. It's true. I mean, I think that's true for like women your age, women at any age, but yeah, maybe particularly for women.
Well, now you're not defined by your job. You're not defined by your children.
Yeah.
You're not even defined by your spouse necessarily.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, wow,
It's,
I am me. And
space,
it's like, it's this big space of self-reflection.
How would you define yourself in maybe 3 words or like a couple phrases?
I define myself.
Right now, like not a year ago, not 2 years ago, not with kids. How would you define yourself and where you're at right now?
Here, I'll do it. And here's a one-word definition.
Oh, 1 word.
A 1 word. That's surprising coming from me.
Yeah.
Explore.
Explore. Oh.
That would be my defining word. Yeah, is explore. Because I'm in this phase of exploration of like, I can just really be the authentic me, and it's exploring the authentic me.
Do you feel like before you couldn't have been your authentic self when you have young kids or when you...
No, you have to put them first in a way. I mean, you're your authentic self up to a point, but who are you really? Now you have this time to like, I have life, and life experiences lead right into like, who is your new authentic self? So exploration into my creativity, like there's that little burning flame of creativity in me, and it's like, now I want to put a little fuel on that flame because I get to. I don't have to worry about the daily life activities as much as I did.
Some creative things that you've been practicing lately and indulging yourself in?
Creative expression was being a business person, a business owner.
Yeah.
That was, I thought, was my creative problem solving that just satisfied some itches.
But I don't think that's, I think, okay, sorry to interrupt, but I think
it's with conversation.
I think with the context that you were in with owning a business and a career and make money, right?
Yeah.
So it's like within that context, you had to pour your creativity into something that society deems productive and rewards you financially for that, right?
Right.
So that's kind of interesting that you say that was your creative outlet. And it's like, that's almost how I think about my jobs right now too, is I'm looking for stability. And with my 9 to 5, it's like, how can I be creative within this 9 to 5?
Right.
The context in which I live in currently, right?
Feeling like you're having enough energy. You probably do have enough energy, but it's just like sometimes you feel a little overwhelmed and you just can't quite.
Sometimes I don't even think it's physical energy. I think sometimes it's just the mental.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. So exploring creativity now, and I was fortunate in my previous job, and I was able to be creative, but it was production art.
Yes.
To make money.
Yes.
So that's a different form.
It is. I mean, it is.
Well, I mean, yes, people would say, "Oh, you get to make money being creative," but it is
you still are doing something that is
deadlines, and you have to ship.
I think that's what people forget with working is never. Some people say like love what you do, whatever. You can. I think you have to learn to love what you do,
right.
Because work is still work. Right. And I've heard some things. The only thing that's guaranteed in life, death, taxes, and work.
Yeah.
You gotta work.
Right.
You gotta.
Right.
I mean, even if you are someone that inherits a ton of money, you still have to show up every day and into life, right? You wake up every day and it's like, how is that? You got to work on something. You
right.
can't just sit in bed all day.
And work, I mean, you could say that retirement's work. Like I'm working to find a new place in life. I mean, that's work. Yeah. But now that I don't have to worry about the monetary part, work is defined so much differently for me. Like I'm working towards.
It goes back to what we were just saying about self-love.
Another goal.
Kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
And so creativity. And I'm traveling. Like I use that word explorer to define myself.
Literally, yeah.
And I'm literally doing that. I'm, going on bike tours and things like that. So I have to figure out what creative thing can I do when I'm traveling. I mean, I can't drag along a glass kiln. Like, hey, do you happen to have, a plug that fits my glass kiln? I mean, that's impossible. Yeah. I have to think of like what other creative outlet. Just
like working within the context. I just had a conversation recently with one of my friends, Louise, who I've talked to you about. And we talked about creativity, and I have been really into this idea of how am I pursuing a creative life within the context that I already have. And with you in traveling, I mean, a lot of people, obviously, traveling is a huge privilege. To have the means to go travel, to go see the world, to go to these amazing places, these events, things like that. But at the same time, you do take back that stability a little bit where, you can't have, like you said, a kiln or like an art studio or things like that. And it's like, how are you going to practice being creative within that context of, because you want to travel, but you also want to pursue these creative things as well. So and I don't know if we said this, but you've been journaling. What does your journaling practice look like right now?
So journaling kind of came out of the fact that I've always been intrigued with creative writing. Yeah. I mean, I took English classes and writing classes in college when I didn't have to because I passed out of them. So that tells you something. Yeah. Like, hello, maybe you like writing. And so...
And you weren't always a journaler.
No. Oh, no. I mean,
So is this...
This is like a brand new thing. Like everybody always has intentions. Well, I can tell you, I got some like nice journals sitting at home. And sometimes it takes a little nudging. Mm-hmm. Like I get a little nudge from you. Just a prompting journal, which I think is like it's a family keepsake journal. It's like...
here. So I got her this journal... I can probably link it below. It's from Etsy.
And it's great because it's, Mom, I want to hear your story. And it's kind of fun. I mean, people like to tell their stories, right? And it prompts it. So it got me over that starting hump. Mm-hmm. It's like that starting is like a big old speed bump. And you have to kind of get over that. And then, Kristin will hold it up, but it's come home to your heart.
Hold it up. You can hold it.
Okay.
There you go.
Come home to your heart.
Here,
And... Again, that theme of self-love, because maybe we can put the link for this as well. Maybe.
You're good. She's getting up.
Yeah. Wisdom and falling back in love with yourself. Mm-hmm. So I've had this book for a while, haven't cracked it open, and I have now. Mm-hmm. So I try to start my mornings out.
Actually?
Yeah.
I don't think I've taken a look at it.
So, and a guided journal just helps you again, get over that little speed bump. Of starting, like I overthink it.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
think a
I
lot
have
of
to be
people do it
perfect. Do I have to have perfect phrases going out there?
Oh,
Does
gosh,
it have
no.
to be this? Does it
Oh,
have to be
gosh.
that? And I realize, you know, once I start with some of these prompts, I just flow.
Do you feel like you have, I don't know what kind of journaling you've done, but do you feel like it's hard for you to be honest while journaling?
Yes, I can.
And you
be
judge
little,
yourself?
or I can be a self-regulating, like, oh, if the general public reads this, like, is it?
Do you feel that?
Yeah, you do. You have a
Wow.
little censorship going on in your head.
Because
And I've knocked that out of my head.
You have, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I went through that though because I think that was my biggest.
Because I think a lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah.
Where they feel like,
I couldn't. I'm like, wow, what do I write that's like palatable to the general? And I'm like, who is this for?
Yeah.
Like, it's for me, and those can just stay in pages if I don't want to share.
Yeah.
But heaven's sake, open up your brain and heart and just start writing.
Do you do any like silly thing? I don't know. When I journal sometimes I'll be like, XOXO, love you, like self-love kind of thing. Do you do any just sort of like affirmations or anything that you find kind of almost childish when you journal?
When I start out, I said, get a grip, just start writing.
Did you write that down?
I don't write. No, I say that out loud. But I should probably write that down.
Yeah, you can
get a grip.
Yeah. One thing you talked about with self-care as a woman in her 60s, it looks like self-love. So it sounds like journaling is one of those things that you do to make yourself feel love and like feel like you're taking time for yourself. What are some other ways that you feel like you practice self-care at your age?
Yeah.
At your age. No, I'm just kidding.
Just love that person that you are and just realize that any of that stuff that you've physically seen, self-judgment. Yeah. Oh yeah, like looking in the mirror too close. Yeah. And like trying to get the right angle so you can see your jowls. Yeah. Just like, and why do you do that? Why is that? Yeah. That's terrible. Yeah. And just realize it's the light that comes from inside you. And if you're radiant and happy inside, your face is going to glow. And it's just finding that peace. And that's going to bring the outward beauty, which sounds kind of trite, but I'm learning that. Yeah. Yeah. And oh my gosh, hello, let's celebrate the wisdom that comes from being 63.
Oh, that gives confidence.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, that kind of ties into my next question. So, for a young woman like me, do you have, I don't want to say advice because I think there's just so much, there's so much advice and there's so many different contexts in which that advice makes sense and which it doesn't make sense. But do you have any more
wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom. I think that's a good way to put it. Wisdom, not advice, because and more wisdom.
Yeah, and I think you and I talked about this earlier. That part of my journaling is that I would like to write a letter to my younger self.
You would like to do that now?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that before?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that because if I could impart some wisdom, would be really work on your inner beauty. Like just work on that. Yeah. As much as you work on your outer beauty. As much as you fret about your outer beauty, give your inner beauty like that attention. Like,
oh, I got some chills. And it's not just because it's chilly.
Because I think people would just be like, it just creates that glow. Yeah. I think people are attracted to inner beauty. Yeah. Definitely they're attracted to outer beauty, but when you have the inner beauty with it, that's sustainable, your transition into your 50s and 60s is going to be that much easier. So it's cultivating
that inner beauty. Do you feel like you did that enough? Or no?
So in the beginning, no, I think, I felt but this is like.
But that's hard because you had kids when you were a little bit.
Even now I'm going to go back. Thinking about, I'm going to go back a little bit more. Thinking about even being a middle schooler, right? Yeah. Even being a high schooler. Like, I was awkward. I cultivated naturally because I was just an awkward girl. I was taller than every guy. I had probably bigger feet than every guy in my class. I was quieter, and so I just felt like I had to like figure out inner beauty because I didn't feel like I had outer beauty.
See, okay, this is interesting because I feel like I felt like I had a lot of confidence actually. Like I feel like I had a lot of outer beauty, but that made me feel like people didn't really get to know me.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's almost like, although you struggled with feeling like people didn't see your outer beauty, it's almost like two sides of the same coin where it's like, no matter what, like I only felt like people saw my outer beauty, and then I felt like, oh, people don't really see that inside part of me, and I'm almost feel like I can't show that because people expect me to show up a certain way or whatever. And
right.
So it's kind of interesting because that's a very different experience than
I was very much of a kind of a quieter, nerdier, intellectual.
Yeah.
And, my popularity was, tutoring the quarterback of our high school football team. You know, it's just like that. Yeah. So I had to really cultivate that. So, yes, words of wisdom would be to really, spend as much time on your inner beauty as you do on your outer beauty, because it will just bring you through that transition much more. And I don't think you'll feel as, maybe a panic or a void. Yeah. When you hit a certain age, because all of a sudden it hits you. Like you look at yourself in a mirror, you see yourself in a photo,
it's kind of
and you go, "Oh my God, I have gray hair."
I'm gonna be turning 29, and I'm already like, okay, like my skin's looking a little bit less plump than it did like 5 years ago,
and you just have to learn how to embrace it. Oh yes, one other part of wisdom. This is super important, I think, especially for women. Oh my gosh, maintain your sense of humor. Maintain it. Oh my gosh, you have to maintain it. You have to laugh at some of these things and just have a lighter heart. Yeah. And you just can't let it just grind you, down, because it's just like, and then make sure you share that sense of humor with your fellow female villagers, because laughing together about these like changes in your life together as women is so empowering. Yeah. I mean, you're just lifted because it just releases that energy, and you don't take yourself so seriously on some of these things. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I think I struggle with that a little bit.
Oh, way too serious.
I think, my God, like I didn't do this, and I just feel like sometimes I take myself too seriously. Yeah. But good thing I think I do get my sense of humor a little bit from you.
Yeah. Just making jokes.
Start out. Okay, I have another question. Okay. So, Mom, I feel like you're very good at making things feel cozy. Hence the candle, hence all of this. She's traveling, but she brought her own candle. And
cozy sweater.
Yeah. And where do you feel like you learned this from? This idea of cozy. Yeah. And making things cozy.
Cozy is my word. In fact, we were joking around the other day that we were going to count how many times I say cozy and you say cozy in a day. Yeah. Yeah, cozy. Cozy's favorite word. Yeah. I know like innately there's just this sense of warmth and security to it. And thinking about it, like, where did I come up with cozy? Like, why am I always seeking out cozy? And I think it might have to do with how the times in my childhood that I felt like all happy and wrapped up, and it was usually in a big blanket, with a hat on. But then thinking about it even more so, it's like one of my happy places was my grandparents in Indiana, and they had this overstuffed furniture, old furniture, big puffy, and it was in their basement. It was just like this magic place. Yeah. Like you just felt just super loved, and just like everything was good. Do you think about that place
often? Like, does it pop into your head?
Oh, often.
That's sweet.
Yeah, very often. It just felt like super cozy.
What?
I know. I know. My grandmother, she was a huge quilter.
Yeah.
Huge. Like she made quilts and quilts and quilts. And when we go visit her, we would get to pick out a quilt out of the closet. Mm-hmm. And that was our quilt, like our blanket for the stay. Mm-hmm. And like, you could pick out a couple of them.
Yeah.
And just wrap yourself in her quilts. Like she made these by hand. Like not machine, she sold them by hand. And you just felt like you were just all wrapped up in love.
No.
And
so it's very physical. I almost feel like when because often I feel like when you travel, you have those little things. And I think this is something that I've learned from you is that bringing slippers, that is a travel hack, bringing slippers with you.
Very much so.
I feel like that just makes you feel...
I want to bring part of my coziness along with me. So then wherever I am, I feel safe. I can, like it's home.
Yeah.
I got to make it feel like home.
Yeah. And do you feel like this is an innate feeling, or do you feel like it was something that you had to learn, or how do you feel like you had to practice this and cultivate this?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because growing up in the 60s, I guess housewives were very, they wanted to have like these formal homes. Like it was almost, staged.
Almost like staged.
Yes, very well put. The 50s and 60s, you had the cocktail party, you had the form, everything had a formality about it because that kind of elevated
like French
you.
Culture a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of
when you described some of the things, yes.
I was just like, do you think that there's charm to that though? Do you think there is
some of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the straight back chairs at the dining table, and more the
But do you think
formal...
there's benefit to having some of that formal, like, okay, that there's going to be, because I just know with French culture, it's like, okay, we do apéro, we do this, we do that, and it follows a certain structure. And like the French, like we do an entree, we do a main plate, and then we do cheese, and it's this whole...
To me, that still like would fall more into for me, that doesn't seem like part of the cozy. Like if you did that within comfy chairs or a candlelit table, that's going to seem cozy. Yeah. That structure. So for me, it's very physical.
Do you feel like that's more of a superpower, that this sensitivity, or do you feel like it's more of a hindrance to you in your life, or both?
Wow, great question.
Has there ever been a time where you're like, I just wish I wasn't so sensitive to my surroundings? Like, let's say you get invited somewhere, it's not cozy, and you don't have a candle on the table, and there are fluorescent lights, and... It's
disturbing. It almost disturbs me. Yeah, so I would say...
Because I think I'm asking this because I work in an office that has fluorescent lights, as I think a lot of... people do. Ever encountered this, like when you worked in an office, did you ever work in a space that you were just like, I can't fix this? Or is that part of the reason why you wanted to own your own business?
Yeah, maybe. I never thought of it that way. I worked for a period of time, but it was at my parents' business, and we had built the building, so that kind of felt cozy in itself.
Really?
Yeah.
You felt, even though it was an office building?
Right, even though it had fluorescent, because we're so, it was like familial. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it can be a hindrance. Like if I'm at a restaurant and the lights are too bright, I'm so disturbed by that. Like it's like...
So have you ever been asked out for like dinner lunches or dinner dates where you were just like, I can't... Do you feel like you... Okay, this
like
is...
I want to shorten it up.
Yeah.
Because I want to get out of there.
Yeah.
Like I'll make, I'm not that hungry.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to my question, do you feel like it's a hindrance, or do you feel like it's more of a superpower?
So I feel like it's more of a superpower because I feel, and I can be corrected, but I feel like because I love to nest so much, and I call it nesting, nickname squirrel, that I feel like I can make other people comfortable. And I see that if I'm hosting a party, I feel like I can create a sense of comfort, and I'm kind of aware of how the environment affects others.
Yeah.
And their energy.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like an empathic party giver.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But so I would err more
on the
superpower side. Absolutely.
I like that because I feel like that's how I am sometimes. But unfortunately, I do go into an office and there are fluorescent lights. But you know what I do is I have tea.
Yeah, I feel like the lighting is best here, but... We are in the dark. We are ghost hunters.
I do paranormal activity.
Sorry, I'm texting my boyfriend.
Oh.
Oh, he gave me kisses.
He loves her.
Yeah. And that's why I love him so much too.
No, I feel like it's fine. Do you feel like it's too bright?
No, it's fine. 63-year-old women love darkness.
Okay, well we can...
Just kidding.
Do you think it is too bright?
No, I think it's fine.
Mac and cheese. This is what we're working with right now. Shut up. Also, the view is beautiful.
So cozier. Should we take the off the table and then maybe it'll look even cozier?
No. I like the mess.
Okay.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's authentic.
To bleep that out. And may I say I love and adore adult children.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Because it's so fun.
Okay, so one of my first questions, I feel like we have talked about